So I want to share a story with you. When we first started our lawn and landscaping business 5 years ago, there came a point where we were getting so many customers and I just was not able to do all the work myself. And so there came a time in our career, in our business career and management career, that we had to hire somebody to help us to get the work done. And what happened is I had this delusional mindset that because I am the boss, if I hired a team member or an employee to come and work for me, that everything would be great. I would just tell them what to do. They would do it to the exact satisfaction as I will, and it'll be great. And that did not happen because I had a flawed mindset. I thought that because I was the boss, because I was the positional leader in the room, that I could delegate tasks, tell them once, and they would do it. Perfect. Each and every time. And the reality is that's not always true. I've got 2 GMs that run our locations now, and we're gonna peak this year at 19 employees. I also have a video editor and a few other team members that are on the team that report to me. And so I have learned quite a bit about leadership. And even if you're just getting started in your business or you have 10 employees, this video will help you because I believe from 0 to 50 employees, all businesses, this will benefit you. So if you don't have employees yet, or you're looking at hiring people down the road to expand and delegate so that way you can start to work on your business and not always in your business, this I'm going to share with you is called the law of leadership. And it is the silver bullet for you to not be the one always out there micromanaging your team. Because as you grow, your time gets very valuable and you don't have time to be in each and every truck with every single person, watching over them, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to every minute of every day and not wasting time. So I want to share with you this. It's called the law of leadership. I did not create this. This is something that I learned actually from Yard Dogs with James. So if you guys want to check out his channel, it's Yard Dogs. Definitely highly recommend that. They run like a $3 or $4 million multi-location weed control company up in Canada. They're awesome. This is how most people think. Unfortunately, this is a flawed mindset. This is what I thought when I first started. So I'm sharing this with you so that way we can reframe the brain. That way you can become a better leader, which will ultimately lead to better results for you to get what you want while also helping your team. This is the reality of it. Most people look at this triangle, and even team members too, by the way, they look at this and they say, okay, and I'm gonna share with you like our model. So down here, quote unquote, bottom of the triangle, right? You have your mow teams and the landscape teams. Like anybody that we hire that's new, they always start on the mowing and the landscaping. That's why it's technically bottom on the triangle. Again, this is the flawed way. Okay, this is what I used to think. And this is what most people think. So I'm gonna share it with you. The second thing, so we have our applicator. So again, if they prove themselves here on the mowing and landscaping, that they don't get a lot of complaints, they can show up on time and they do, good work and production. Guess what? You can now be promoted to an applicator where you basically run solo, you get a little bit more responsibility, you're treating lawns instead of just mowing them. Okay, great. Then after you've proven yourself on the applicator, the next step would be becoming an estimator. So this is where you actually go out and you're not really producing for the company anymore. You are producing in a different way. These 2 roles make direct money. When they work, they pull in money. The estimator does not. They work their whole day, they do estimates, they call pending estimates, they follow up with customers, they sell jobs, they increase the revenue for the business, but it's not directly. They're not direct laborers. Okay, and the next one is going to be the GM. So this is the general manager. So this is somebody that is ideally an estimator, applicator, and a mower all in one, but also managing the team. They're managing multiple people, typically 4 to 8 people. They are managing routing, scheduling, the dispatching of everything, making sure equipment gets fixed, all that stuff. Next one is going to be the regional manager. So this is somebody that is over multiple locations. So I right now am acting as the regional manager. We have 2 locations. The GMs ideally report to the regional manager with KPIs and things like that. The regional manager also is involved with upsells each month. But again, we don't produce revenue each day. We're an expense to the business. And then of course, this is our flawed way of looking at this. The owners at the top of the triangle, guess what? Making all the money. This is why I did not succeed in the beginning. I had a 30-day turnover rate with employees. I had a flawed mindset. I was acting as a positional leader, and it basically did not and was not working at all. And when team members feel this, that they are on the bottom and the owner's on the top, that is where culture issues arise. That is where problems inside of the organization arise. And so I want to show you guys how to fix this. And again, this is my silver bullet to you guys. Anybody that has team members or is looking down the road to not always be the one pushing the mower each and every day, I feel that you will find great value in this. What we do is we completely flip this triangle on its head. And we say that our mow crews are at the top in the landscape team. Why? They're our money makers. If you pull them out of the equation, all revenue stops outside of the applicator, which let's talk about the applicator. So we got our applicator at the top. These two roles are the most important in the organization. They are more important than the owner. They are more important than the general manager. They are more important than the estimator. Why? Because these are the people that actually pull the money in for the business. So we need to act that way. We need to put them at the top because they are the money makers, the producers. Without them, we don't have jobs. That is the mindset that we have to revision our brains and rewire the framework in our minds. Okay, the next one is gonna be our estimator. So they are important. They sell revenue. And then we have our GM, and then we have our regional manager, and then of course we have the owner at the bottom. If you look at your organization, and you can change these, it could be applicator, landscape crew, tech, whatever your organization is needing, right? You can just flip this out. This is imperative because the owner is the bottom. They are the least important. These guys are the most important and they need the most support. These guys are the second most important. They need the second most support. All of these roles down here are supporting this right here. These two. And so it is imperative that we understand that. Some ways that in our organization, I'm going to share some background kind of what we do. Number one, the owner. Again, and I am the owner of Military Lawn. That's my wife and I. We eat last. That's the mentality. Owners eat last. We're at the bottom. So when we do group outings, when we do culture team building events, and we, cater in food, or we go do Top Golf, or actually we went to a baseball game a few weeks ago with our team. We brought our whole team there. Guess what? Owner eats last. Until all of my team eats, then I will eat. Why? Because I need to make sure that my team, that there's enough food for them, and I feed them first before I eat. So if we run out, owner doesn't eat. That's the mentality. Number two, salary. Guess what? I make $28K a year. I make $28K a year, and I can stand in front of my team and tell them that literally the mow team makes more money than me. Our office manager is probably gonna make 70, 75K this year. Our Aubrey GM, again, is probably gonna make 70 to 80K this year. I make 28K. I'm at the bottom. I wanna make sure that I pay my team first. I do that in everything I do. The way that I talk to them, the way that I pay myself, the way that I act. I am here not as a positional leader, which is like the least kind of leadership. I am here in my mind to support the team. And guess who gets the most support? The mow crews, the landscape crews, and the applicator. That is where 70% of my time, money, energy, and efforts go towards supporting those two roles in the business. Then we go to the estimator, general manager. You could also put office somewhere in here, GM, and between the probably GM and regional manager. This is the mentality. We, as the manager, need to have a servant mindset that we are here each and every day to help the other team members on the team fulfill their roles. This is the law of leadership I have reframed in my brain over the years, because it wasn't always like that, and it was very not good in the beginning. I had, like I said, a 30-day turnover rate. There was about a 6-month period where I had people come in for 30 days and leave because I was not a good leader. I could not select great candidates, and it ultimately all fell on me. What I've learned is the law of leadership. If you completely flip the triangle on its head, act like that, pay yourself like that, serve your team like that, what will happen is they will feel that they are important, and they will feel that you care about them, and they will feel that you are prioritizing and putting them first. And I'll give you something simple. One of my team members who's an applicator asked for some chemical. He's like, hey, we're running out, we're getting low. You know what I did that day? Literally after team meeting, went out and got that exact chemical that he needed, so that way the next day I had it for him, supporting them exactly what they need each and every day. And that's something so small. But when they ask or need something, how quickly are we there to support them and get them what they need so they can fulfill their job? How do they feel at the end of the day when they come back? Hey, how did your day go today? Do you need anything from me? Is there anything I can help you out with? Like, these are things and phrases that I constantly repeat. How can I help you? Do you need any help? What more can I help you out with your route? I'll go out there and sometimes try to help them, grab the mower, change the blade sometimes. And again, I'm the owner, right? It's so easy. I have 19 team members that report to me. I've got 2 locations. We're going to do 1.2 million. That's annually this year. That's not to brag. That's to show you I'm on the bottom. I'm literally on the bottom paying myself $28,000 a year. Hopefully this helped kind of reframe the brain for you guys, for leadership, for anybody that is wanting to build a business that ideally maybe one day runs without you, or in the same fashion, start to work on your business and not always in your business, and taking that next step, hiring that first employee or your 5th one. It doesn't matter. We can always get better. We can always learn new things. Subscribe to the channel because there's going to be more, and we'll see you guys next time.